Hello, wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. Hey, this campaign of Igbo must go is 101% vindicating the IPOB's call for Biafra restoration. You can fact check me. Our Biafran and Igbo brothers in the southwestern part of the country have already concluded that they are going, whether the zoo like it or not. Whether their government or their so-called president come out to say one thing or the other, condemning ethnic bigotry, while he is harboring the main author or the main orchestrator of this so-called ethnic bigotry. Let me shock you people, in case you don't know where this Igbo must go rhetoric emanated. It emanated 2019 during the so-called presidential selection of what do they call him, of Buhari, his second time, and also the first election of Governor Sanwo-Olu by the so-called Remi, who is a senator, the wife of the so-called Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This ethnic bigotry of Igbo must leave Lagos started from her, but now she is playing the devil's advocate, calling for let there be unity in the country. But you have sowed the seed. The video is everywhere. So my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters, the ones where they abroad and the ones where they for homeland, the Igbos, the Biafrans that are in the southwest have already concluded they are going home. So if Tinubu like, let him prosecute whoever that write it. After all, they are the one that is instigating all this nonsense. I beg, let us go straight to the reason why we're here this morning. Once again, Happy New Day to you all. And I welcome you all to this early Thursday morning broadcast. My name is still remain Amandia Neze. I'm reporting live from the platform of Okute Daily Talk, where we always speak to you the undiluted truth about everything. So please, when you get this message, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. Igbos, Biafrans, IPOBs, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, Ojukwu, Masob, whether you do it well or you not do it well, at least this time we are vindicated that the call for restoration of Biafra is never what they call it. It is never a do or die affair. We have had people who are championing this call now. The Yoruba phobia, Lagos phobia, Abi Lagospedia, whatever the name is. So we have to relax and allow them to do the talking, and while we prepare to welcome the United States of Biafra, which is coming on the 2nd of December 2024. Let us go straight to the reason why we're here. Before then, we have another headline we have to go. We are going to treat in this very broadcast. It is "Make hay while the sun shines." A call to the Arewa people. A call to the Arewa people. Anyway, we don't know the content, but we'll come back to read the content. But let us move with the so-called ethnic bigotry that Igbos are going home. And we must go home whether the devil like it or not. Let us go there, my people. Please, there's no time for frivolities. The campaign Igbo Must Go, a movement advocated by the Yoruba ethnic group, has intensified tensions within Nigeria and brought to the forefront the long-standing ethnic divisions that plague the country. This campaign calls for the expulsion of Igbo people from Yoruba lands, underscores the deep-rooted animosities and the failure of Zojuria's amalgamation experiment. It is becoming increasingly clear that the issues that led to the creation of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and their call for the restoration of Biafra are not only valid but also necessary for the peace and stability of the nation. To understand the gravity of the Igbo Must Go campaign, it is essential to revisit the historical context of Nigeria's ethnic tensions. Nigeria, a country amalgamated in 1914 by the so-called British colonial authorities, brought together the diverse ethnic groups with distinct cultures, languages, and histories. The major ethnic groups, the Hausa in the north, the Yoruba in the west, and the Igbo in the east, have often found themselves at odds, vying for political power and resources. The aftermath of Nigeria's independence in 1960 saw the emergence of ethnic conflicts, culminating in the Biafra War of 1967 to 1970. Even till date, the war fought primarily between the Nigerian government and the state of Biafra. Let me quickly correct this impression. The war is fought between the Westerners and the state of Biafra. Yes, resulted in the loss of millions of lives, predominantly Igbos, despite the war's end. The underlying issues of marginalization and ethnic rivalry have persisted, leading to the recurrent conflict and distrust among Nigeria's ethnic groups. The Igbo Must Go campaign is a manifestation of the deep-seated animosity towards the Igbo people, who are often perceived as economically dominant and politically ambitious. This campaign, rooted in xenophobia and ethnic nationalism, seeks to disenfranchise and expel Igbos from Yoruba-dominated regions. Proponents argue that the Igbo presence threatens the socio-economic stability of Yoruba lands, calling for their relocation to the eastern region. Such campaigners are not new in Nigeria's history. The 1966 pogroms saw the massacre of Igbos in the northern Nigeria, leading to mass migration and contributing to the Biafra independence. The Igbo Must Go rhetoric mirrors these historical atrocities, highlighting the cyclic nature of ethnic violence in Nigeria. The IPOB movement, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, emerged as a response to the continuous marginalization and persecution of Igbo people. IPOB advocates for the peaceful restoration of the Biafran state through United Nations supervised referendum, arguing that the Igbos have been systematically oppressed within Nigerian Federation. The movement gained significant traction both locally and internationally, drawing attention to the plight of the Igbos and the need for self-determination. The Igbo Must Go campaign serves as a vindication of IPOB's call for Biafra restoration. It underscores the reality that the Nigerian state, as presently constituted, cannot guarantee the safety, rights, and development of all its constituent ethnic groups. The campaign's xenophobic undertones and the failure of the Nigerian government to address these grievances effectively strengthened the case for Biafra's independence. Calls for a united Nigeria often overlook the inherent contradictions and historical injustices that characterize the nation's formation. The amalgamation of 1914, which brought together disparate ethnic groups under one political entity, was not designed with the interests of these groups in mind. Rather, it served the colonial agenda of resource exploitation and administrative convenience. Over a century later, the structural defects of the amalgamation persist. Ethnic rivalries, religious differences, and economic disparities continue to fuel conflicts. The Igbo Must Go campaign and the broader anti-Igbo sentiment among other ethnic groups reveal the deep-seated mistrust and antagonism that make national unity an unattainable ideal. Given the unsolvable nature of Nigeria's ethnic problems, the most viable solution lies in the division of the country along ethnic lines. Such a division would allow each ethnic group to govern itself, preserve its cultural identities, and develop according to its unique aspirations. The expiration of the amalgamation documents further legitimizes this call for self-determination. A divided Nigeria with autonomous regions for the major ethnic groups could lead to a more stable and prosperous West Africa. Each region will have the opportunity to address its internal issues without the interference and the complication of a forced union. The Biafra Restoration Movement, therefore, is not just an Igbo agenda, but a necessary step towards regional stability and development. The instability in Nigeria poses a significant threat to the entire African continent. As Africa's most populous nations and largest economy, Nigeria's internal conflicts have far-reaching implications for the regional security and economic growth. The Igbo Must Go campaign and other ethnic tensions contribute to a climate of insecurity, discouraging investment and development. A divided Nigeria, with each region focusing on its strengths and addressing its weaknesses, would mitigate these threats. It would foster a climate of peace and cooperation, allowing for more effective governance and economic planning. The international community must recognize the legitimacy of these self-determination movements and support peaceful transitions to autonomous governance. The Igbo Must Go campaign highlights the inherent flaws in Nigeria's force unity and validates IPOB's call for Biafra restoration. The persistent ethnic tensions and the failure of successive governments to address these issues effectively underscores the need for a fundamental restructuring of the Nigeria state. A divided Nigeria, where each ethnic group can govern itself, presents a more viable path to peace and development. The international community must support these aspirations for self-determination, ensuring a stable and prosperous future for all regions of Nigeria and the broader African continent. This message is brought to us by Family Writers Press International. This one is not Biafra, Biafra News, but from the Family Writers International. Make hay while the sun still shines, a call for the Arewa people. Nigeria, once held as the giant of Africa in corruption, has unfortunately become a land where dreams wither and hopes is scarce. The ongoing protests and the civil unrest are stark reminders of the deep-seated frustrations and the illusionment that have permeated every corner of this nation. Among the voices crying out for change are the Arewa people, who have borne their fair share of Nigeria's unfulfilled promises. As the nation stands as a crossroads, it is time for the Arewa to seize this moment to make hay while the sun shines and consider the opportunity for a separate and sovereign existence. The Arewa, comprising the Hausa and other northern ethnic groups, have a rich history steeped in tradition and resilience. However, the promise of a united Nigeria where all ethnic groups coexist in harmony and prosperity has remained elusive. The Arewa have faced numerous challenges: economic disenfranchisement, political marginalization, and relentless insecurity, despite their contributions to the Nigeria's agricultural and cultural wealth. Did I hear you say political marginalization? The Arewa. The Arewa regions have often been left behind in national development plans. This is hogwash. The loss of loved ones in the quest for a better Nigeria has not only been a personal tragedy for many families, but also a collective trauma for the Arewa community. The bloodshed, violence, and persistent insecurity have taken a toll, eroding the faith in a unified Nigerian state. The recent protest and the symbolic act of burning the Nigerian flag signifies a breaking point, a moment of a collective realization that the status quo is unattainable. The present protests have unveiled the depth of anger and frustration among the Arewa people. The discontent is palpable, driven by years of neglect and broken promises. Insecurity, poverty, and lack of opportunities have left many feeling hopeless. The protests are not just a cry for immediate change, but a call for a radical rethinking of Nigeria's political and social structure. Moving forward, burning the Nigerian flag is a powerful act of defiance. It symbolizes the rejection of a nation that has failed to protect and provide for its people. This act is not just a protest against the current government, but a statement against the very idea of a Nigeria that disregards the aspirations and the needs for the Arewa people. It is a declaration that the time for passive hope is over. The time for decisive action has arrived, if only they can make use of it. History can never forget, and history has shown that nations are built in the aspirations of their people. The Arewa people have reached a pivotal moment where they must decide their future. This is an opportunity to explore the possibility of a separate and sovereign state where the unique culture, values, and aspirations of the Arewa can thrive. This is not just a call for immediate secession, but an invitation to begin a serious and thoughtful dialogue about self-determination. The concept of self-determination is enshrined in international law. It is the right of peoples to determine their own political status and pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. For the Arewa, this means envisioning a state where resources are managed for the benefit of the people, where security is paramount, and where governance is accountable and inclusive. The road to self-determination is fraught with challenges. There will be a resistance from those who benefit from the current structure of Zogeria. There will be a logistical, political, and economic hurdles to overcome. However, history has shown that great nations are built on the resolve and determination of their own people. It is important to add that this topic is a divisive as the tribal makeup of Arewa peoples, as some school of thought make valid argument by asking pertinent questions such as, are they Fulani and Arewa tribe? Are they Fulani and Arewa tribe? Are they one with Hausa? Okay. Since Arewa people have controlled the rulership of Nigeria, it is not proper to say that they are going through self-destruction. The last president was a Fulani, and even though the economy was worse, the Arewa didn't protest. If Tinubu is Fulani, will Arewa protest? That's the question that left for them to answer. Why the answers to the both questions are important. More important is the understanding that if the protest going on in North is for economic and political freedom, the Hausa must ensure that they free themselves from Fulani control once and for all. Arewa Republic is acceptable for as long as the Hausa use their large number, negotiate an outcome that will not unleash the Fulani as slave masters of Hausa's people to be controlled as is currently the case. To achieve this freedom, it is essential to approach this journey with a spirit of inclusivity and dialogue. Not all Arewa people may agree on the path forward, and it is crucial to foster an environment where diverse opinions are respected and considered. Unity within the Arewa community is paramount to achieving a common goal. Beyond the political and the economic arguments, there is a moral imperative for self-determination, and the Arewa people have the right to live in a society that respects their dignity, values their contributions, and provides opportunities for their own future children. They have the right to a future where insecurity, poverty, and marginalization are not the norm, according to the writer of this news. Making hay while the sun shines means seizing this moment of collective awakening and turning it into a movement for positive change. It means transforming frustration into actions, anger into determination, and despair into hope. It is about taking control of the narrative and shaping a future that reflects the true aspirations of Arewa people. The Arewa people stand a historical crossroads. The ongoing protests have illuminated the depth of discontent and urgent need for change. This is a moment of opportunity, a chance to chart a new course and consider the possibility of a separate and sovereign state. Self-determination is not just a political goal. It is a journey towards dignity, respect, and a better future. It is a call to make hay while the sun still shines, to act now while the opportunity is ripe. The Arewa people have the power to shape their destiny, to build a society that reflects their values and aspirations. It is now or never. The time for change is here. Only if they will do what? Only if they will accept it, because these people, their reasoning is quite different from other reasonings. But I pray that they will wake up from this sleeping slumber and accept the fact that this is the time to make changes. If they fail it, then they will remain doomed forever. Like, share, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Remi. I'm Andia Neze. I am preaching from the platform of Okute Daily Talk, bringing to you this important and Obonga news this morning. Have a nice day. May the good Lord continue to bless us all, the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Bye for now. Kemesiano.